network on Facebook and throughout the internet, that we bring people from the community to come and share their story, what they're doing to make our community better. And we're honored today to have two young ladies who's working in our communities through DHS, and they are Miss Reed and Miss Daniels. Would you please introduce yourself to our community?
Good morning. I am Janiqua Reed, and I work with the Jasper County Department of Social Services, where I am an investigative worker and a family preservation worker at times and a foster care worker at times. I've been with the agency for, this will be my 17th year with the agency. Welcome.
And my name is Mildred Daniels. I've been with Jasper DSS for 7 years now. And as Janiqua said, we all do some of everything to help out each other, in honor of the children, So I'm in the CPS unit, and I do a little of everything.
Oh, what is the CPS unit?
Child Protective Service.
Okay, outstanding, outstanding.
Yes.
And so April is Child
Abuse Prevention Month.
Yes, Child Abuse Prevention Month. So we're grateful to have them here at the end of March to introduce to us, the community, what's an upcoming event that Miss Reed, I believe, fostered and started so many years ago. Tell us a little more.
Okay, so it was a joint effort by the Jasper County Department of Social Services more than a decade ago, where we had this vision of giving back to the community for the month of April. So initially, our humble beginnings began when we had our first egg hunt, which was held at Turpin Park near our agency. And the kids loved it. It was a big hit for the community, and we branched off from there by having a child abuse prevention walk, where we would do about a mile or two through the city of Ridgeland, just giving information as to the effects of child abuse and the different the data that was out at the time about the child abuse statistics. So we have kind of graduated a little more and gone to just having this big extravaganza day, where we definitely add on our community partners, and we further help to give that moment in that day for children and to express the effects of child abuse prevention.
Outstanding. We thank you so much for your service to Jasper County. Before I get into learning the whys of why these two ladies have a heart to serve, let me share this information with you. I'm going to take a little PSA break. And it says on April 28th, 2023, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Jasper County Farmers Market on Smart Boulevard, the Jasper County DSS presents an annual community extravaganza. And we want you to tell your neighbors and your friends, we want you to bring the children, that we can have an outstanding and an awesome time. Now, Miss Reed, tell us your heart. Why, of all walks of career that you could have chosen, why you want to work with people?
Well, what can we do without people? Where can we go without people? And it starts off from the youngest of us, and what we do to the youngest of us means a lot. So my desire have always been to help the children and to give back to the children. I once told my mom when I was younger, I said that a child of mine is like a sponge. Whatever you impart in them is what they become.
Yes.
So it's very important that you start them off in the correct way, with the correct teachings, and what other way to do that besides working in this field. DSS is not for the weary. This career is not for the weary. I always say that, not for the weary nor the weak. So it's definitely a profession that requires strength, determination, and that's something with that we both embodied, and everyone else that's on my cohorts and employee, other friends and coworkers around the state. That's what we give every day.
Yes. And I want you to know personally, I thank you. I thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Because that is imperative. I mean, if everybody is working with machines, then eventually there will be no workers for machines. Because we need people healthy, be it mental health for a parent, and children need an outlet and need to be able to come to someone to help them when they're in danger. And so we see that through careers that service careers, it is imperative. And maybe there's somebody here that's contemplating a career. I want to encourage you to investigate or to get information about how you can serve by going to school and becoming a DHS angel, because you're really saving lives as you serve the community. Thank you so much, Ms. Reed.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Daniel, your turn.
Well, I love what I do because I see what it does to help the children. I love being in the CPS. I'm the one that I always tease Miss Reed and the others that I am the paralegal to the to the CPS unit, because I'm the one that digs and find things that it's kind of hard to find while they're out in the field and tending to the children. So I love the part that I do in assisting them with finding the directions that they need to go in, other agencies that need to be found, that sort of thing. And it was just amazing the way I ended up there. And I won't go into that story, but I felt when I was asked to do it that was where I needed to be. I never thought about, I was in the state before. I used to work for the state. Never thought about going back. Not that I didn't want to, but I just never thought about it. And when I got that call, it was almost like divine intervention, because it was I love to help. I love to help. So this job that I am doing is to help in so many different ways. It's helping the families. It's helping my coworkers. It's just help all around. So I love what I do.
Amen. Thank you.
I love what I do.
Thank you. Now, we're going to get to some hard questions, because I believe that we need to acknowledge the elephant in the room. And with that said, unfortunately, there have been people in the field and even foster care parents who did not treat the children well. What is your way of screening to help that? It's like the syndrome or the cliche, taken out of the frying pan into the fire. So what is the follow-up? What do you do if there is a situation in a home that you have to remove a child, but then you put them in foster and God forbid it's worse? So tell me a little, or tell us a little bit of how you screen and able to do follow-up for the sake of the children.
So as it regards to licensing and foster placement, the agency have a unit for that. It's a licensing unit and an agency that assists with different type of placements. We have other agencies around the state that also participates in providing foster home placements. If, for goodness sake, something like that was to happen, workers make monthly visits, and sometimes more than once a month with these foster placements. So we are assessing, we are seeing, okay, if there's any harm done to the children, there are any concerns there. If, in fact, there are concerns that come about with a foster parent or someone that's placed in this regard, there are agencies who will investigate them as well. OHAN is one of those agencies that will investigate such things such as that. We would hope that those type of situations do not happen. We definitely hope that it does not happen often, if at all, at any time. But if we get wind of something, that's definitely something that's frowned upon. And that home can be closed.
Okay.
Those children will be removed immediately. Because the number one thing is safety for the
Yes.
children.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for addressing that. Because and what came to mind was the movie, oh my, his name escaped me, something Fisher, and how he was in a foster home.
Antoine Fisher.
Antoine
Yes,
Fisher.
yes, yes.
And so, and that was just the one that just surfaced, but there were, cut the mic down, please. It's a feedback. What I found out is, just by living, that, you hear a whiff of different things, or once they get grown, they will share their story. And I just wanted us to be very candid and honest with our audience.
Yes.
That you're aware and you have in place measures to protect
Yes.
our children.
Yes.
Because we don't want them to come out of the frying pan
And
into the fire.
yes.
Definitely,
Yes.
definitely. Ms. Mildred Daniel, anything that you want to share in regards to your experience? Have that ever happened that you had to close? I know you can't say much, but
Yeah.
you can just be general.
Well, Miss Reed has basically, given it to you in, as they say, a nutshell. She's more out there
Okay.
with the children than I am. So, I really, I have not experienced any of that at all, of the children being in a place where they've been mistreated.
Okay.
We see on the news, that it has been done, but in our agency, we've not experienced the children being in that manner.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thought or the question, thank you so much, that came to me to ask is, do you help the child stay at home? Is there like a 1, 2, 3 step? I understand that if it's an emergency, you just grab the child out. But is there a program or a way to help the child stay at home? What you
Okay.
offer?
So sometimes there are certain misconceptions
Okay.
about DSS does not take children.
Okay.
And I think that's a big misconception that people have. Children usually enter foster care system through either what is called an emergency protective custody, short-term EPC.
What's EPC?
So EPC is an emergency protective custody where law enforcement finds that the child or the children are in imminent or substantial danger.
Okay.
And that without an immediate action, the children could be further placed in danger. Those children are then placed into DSS's custody. Okay, then you have what is called an ex parte, where DSS observes some concerns and presents those concerns to the courts, where the courts then gives the agency custody or the authority to remove those children and place them into a foster home. Now, by all means, we definitely try to keep children with their families. This is a family first, child-centered agency. If for some reason we are unable to locate family, the state is pushing what is called kinship caregivers right now. So of course we want to keep children with their families, because that's how children strongly thrive with the
Yes.
people that you're aware of and around. So if for some reason that is impossible, that is always our first line of defense.
Okay.
Where are the families? Who are the families? Can you connect us with families? But if for some reason that does not fall through, then our next step is to place foster kids, or we place them into foster homes. But we are always thinking about, number one, the safety of the child. Will they be safe where they're going? Will they be safe with this relative? If we cannot find a sufficient relative or fictive kin, maybe a family of or maybe a neighbor that they're familiar with. If we cannot locate that individual at that immediate instance, then we have to do the next best thing, which
Yes.
would be foster placement.
Thank you so very much. I'm excited to have you here. to share with our audience, because we are the village to raise our children, and we need to be advocates, be advocates
Correct.
for our children, our community. It was once said that children are our future, but I say children are our today, our now, because this the time that we're living in, that we need to, protect them, and we need to teach them to do things now, because a child can better run this camera than I can.
Yes.
And we all know that, right?
Definitely, yes.
So we need them
Yes.
now. We need them now. We need them now.
Yes.
So we invite you to give us questions, and we can have another episode, or to be able to answer any questions that you may have. And before we sign off today, I want to say slowly, write this down, April 28th from 5 to 7 at the Jasper County Farmers Market on Jacob Boulevard. That address is 9935 South Jacob Smart Boulevard in Ridgeland, South Carolina. Jasper County DSS presents the annual community extravaganza, and you are personally invited, you and your family. Any closing remarks?
I just would like to say that, we have a lot of fun things for the children to do. We have the bouncy houses, we have the pet farm, the petting zoo
Oh,
for the
wonderful.
children, and we also have the train that will take the children around and around, and something that they really, really love. We have lots of food. We also have vendors. If you would like to know about our agencies that are partnered with us, a lot of our vendors will be our partners, and we invite you to come and get the literature, learn more about them, and see if you can benefit from it concerning your children. Last year we had almost 400.
Yes.
So this year we're looking for an increase. We thank our sponsors as well. We have sponsors such as Piggly Wiggly, Chatham County Parkway, Mr. Harry Cheney. We have the Boothagannons. We have so many local sponsors that has just, overwhelmingly, just presented assistance with us. And if you'd like to do the same thing, contact us. We're right there at DSS. You can contact me at 843-547-7047. I'll give you more details on how to do that. And we thank you so much for what you're already doing.
And Ms. Daniels, give that number out again, a little slower.
The number is 843-547-7047. And that's directly to my desk.
Outstanding. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. It's coming up in a few days, and we need your support. Jasper County DSS is doing their part by presenting us with an annual community extravaganza. You are invited. You are invited. Put it on your calendar now. Put it in your phone now. We're going to put it on blast. April 28th from 5 to 7 at the Jasper County Farmers Market, located 9935 South Jacob Boulevard, here in Ridgeland, South Carolina. Ladies, we thank you. We thank you for your service. We thank you for your service. With thank you go a long way.
Yes.
It does.
And I'm asking somebody or everybody just to say thank you.
Yeah.
We don't know what people in the service industry go through. They still have their own lives. They still have their own families. They still have their own living and life issues. But still, they come out with a smile and they serve the community. I am a public servant, and I understand, and I know very well when you're juggling, reaching out to help, as well as needing help and to serve your family. So ladies, I do salute you. I do let you know I appreciate your service.
Thank you so
and
much.
I want to get a commitment now that we'll do this again, maybe by the 15th or 16th, some way about in 2 weeks, so that we can just go ahead and home it in. We just want them to know that we want them to come out. I'll put some balloons, whatever, to draw the children to come. We want to, and what I'm learning through the internet, that the more you have that people can see, it just somehow draw the excitement.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
and
does,
so
yeah.
that's the reason why I'm asking you
Sure.
to please give us a spot that you can come back.
Sure.
Yes.
It has been a pleasure and an honor to have you here, and I would be remiss. I would be remiss if I did not give a shout out to fcbradio.org, where the illustrious Dr. Alan and Vivian Galloway has given us this platform that we can go worldwide, people in Africa, wherever you are in the world, that you can tune in. You can come and hear what we're doing, what we're sharing locally, and maybe you can do something in your community. So we're grateful to them for the vision and the foresight to see that, yes, we need this kind of programming, that we may be able to educate and to share upcoming events with our community and community worldwide, that they can know and then pattern after us. We appreciate you. We do love you here at Faith Christian Fellowship, and we look forward in seeing you again. Our exit music is coming up. We're working on it. So give us your suggestions that how we can make it better, because we want you to tune in every time you get a notice. Tune in and to see what we're doing for the betterment of Jasper County. Again, ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I just would like to say, go to the website
Yes.
and like the page, and anything that comes on the Faith Christian Broadcast
Fellowship.
Fellowship.
Uh-huh.
Anything that comes through, you'll get a notice that it's coming on, and you'll know what's going on.
Yes.
So like the page.
Amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.